funny because I've been, talking to young men too. It's about the ones that get all resentful about being rejected by women. It's like, are all the women are rejecting you, eh? It's like, yeah, those goddamn women. It's like, no, if all the women are rejecting you, it's not the women, buddy.
That's you. You got to figure something out. You've got some work
to do. Yeah. If it's all of them, you're getting voted down pretty heavy there. And you might think, well, that's crushing. It's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But the positive end of the message is there's lots of things you could do to fix it. And you could start small and it would fix it and it will work.
Yeah.
So when you think, no, it's hopeless. It's like, no, it's not. It's not hopeless.
Things aren't hopeless.
Yeah, that's right. Things aren't hopeless. Well, they certainly aren't hopeless if you can see things you're doing that are making things worse. Sit down, take stock of your life. You think, okay, what am I doing to make things worse? You have to ask yourself that question. Like,
you have to ask, and you have to write the answers down.
Yes, that would be good. You also have to want the answers, and you won't because the answers are going to hurt, right? Because they are the things you're doing to make things worse. What am I doing to make myself weaker and stupider than I have to be? Sit on the edge of your bed. That's like a prayer. If you want to have a prayer, there's one. Why am I weak and stupid? Man, you'll get lots of answers to that question. It's like, well, that's so hopeless. It's like, no. If you go to buy a house and you don't have very much money, you buy a wreck of a house. And you don't pretend that the house is any better than it is.
Right.
Not unless you're willfully blind looking for trouble. You think, no, this place... A, it's all I can afford, and B, well, I can fix it.
Right.
Well, you can. You can fix it.
You can fix it.
But not unless you know where everything's broken. So you think, well, why am I taking stock of where everything's broken? There's nothing I can do about it. It's like, aim lower. There's something you could fix.
Right.
There's something about you could fix today. You think, well, that's so trivial, it's not worth doing. It's like, no, if it's moving you ahead a little bit, you'll be slightly better tomorrow than you were today. And then maybe you can chew off a little bigger chunk.
Yeah.
And you'll be a little tiny bit better the next day. And then you can chew off a bigger chunk. And that'll speed you along like nobody's business.
And other things, the little chunks that you chew, they're going to magnify quickly by creating other responsibilities you won't even notice you're doing. Like an example would be, say if there's something in your place, a cupboard or something that's covered with newspapers or junk or whatever. You move it off, you put a plant there, right? So now you've cleaned off your cupboard, you have a plant. Now the plant's going to need water each day. So next thing you know, now you're taking care of something each day. It's like, it's interesting how quickly the things multiply.
Absolutely. Well, that's why, it's so funny too, because I've been telling people to clean up their room. It's like, God, it's not like everybody hasn't heard that 50,000 times, but it's become this meme. But the reason for that is because I tried to explain to people, to everyone, including me, why it's important to clean up your room. It's like, hey, man, you have a room.
Yeah.
It's like, most people throughout human history have not had a room. You have a room. Well, my room's a hellhole. It's like, well, then you're a denizen of hell inhabiting it. You should do something about that. Well, what? Well, put it in minimal order. Get your clothes together because you have to wear those. And that's how people are looking at your clothes. So get your clothes in order. What clothes should you be wearing? Not the clothes of a total wretched loser. How about that?
Tasmanian devils and stuff like that.
Well, right, exactly. Well, and what about your bed? Well, is it comfortable? Do you make it in the morning so it looks like half civilized? Can you sleep there? It's like, is there junk everywhere so you just hate your life when you walk into your room? It's like, clean the damn thing up. See if you can do it. Order your drawers. Learn to fold your clothes. You could probably learn that. Put it in minimal order. And then, man, you could get spectacular. Well, you said, put a plant in there. It's like, a plant? Well, then you have to learn how plants work, and then you have to water the damn thing. But then there's something living in your room. You might hope, my room is the sort of place where something could hypothetically live.
Like me.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, exactly.
And then you might actually start to live.
Well, you might. If you set the stage for it, you might start to play the part. And then you think,
wow, that's it.
Maybe I could make it beautiful. It's like, then not only would you have a room, if you want to get opposition from people around you who aren't happy about you trying to improve things, cleaning might not do it, although it might, because people think, well, who the hell do you think you are cleaning up your room? It's like, because are you better than me? It's like, well, maybe.
Maybe for a second, maybe you think you are.
Maybe, man, maybe, if you're, maybe that's your brother, your older brother, or your father, he's all covered with Cheetos dust and his guts hanging out and he's watching TV, smoking a cigarette and thinking, oh, you think you're better than me, eh? It's like, oh, well, it's not actually
maybe
that
not
hard.
Today.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, but maybe in a week.
There's going to be resistance. But that'll be nothing like the resistance you'll get if you try to start making your room beautiful. man, that'll produce resistance, because beauty is absolutely terrifying to people, because beauty highlights what's ugly. And so if you start to make your room beautiful, then everything around that isn't like that just starts to glow, like in the worst sense.
So is that dangerous then to beautify things?
It's terribly dangerous.